Greetings and welcome. My name is Malcolm B. Macabre, and I am a chronicler of the difficult to believe. And I would like to tell you a story. Imagine an old abandoned prison. Years of exposure to the elements, time, and vandalism has left it a crumbling heap. Wind blows through the broken windows and the old rusted pipes which run through the structure like blood vessels. Dirt, rust, and abandoned things are also moved by the wind and loudly crawl their way across floors, down steps, and off high levels with a loud scratching sound like that made by mice in a field. Though an occasional human visitor may crush and crunch these things like leaves on a hot, dry day. This behemoth of concrete and steel cries in its perennial slumber as its old, weak foundation settles after a hot day, and the rusted beams which act as its skeleton bend and buckle under the weight of its fat but empty body. What was once hell on earth, home to vile, screaming, and gnashing men, is now empty, save for birds and insects, which make their presence known only by the flapping of wings and small, soft chirps and chitters. The gargantuan remnant of an older time seems to try to awaken, with the wind causing light fixtures to sway back and forth, and doors to loudly creak open and slam close, like sleeping limbs trying to restore circulation. Throughout, old light bulbs may be lit for whatever reason, announcing their return to life with weak crackles, and somewhere, whether it be from rain or the pipes or from something else, the sound of slow but boisterous drops of some liquid can be heard, playing out one long, lonely song of melancholy. In a, in a small city called Duran, somewhere in South Texas, lies an old abandoned prison. This prison was once home to some of the most dangerous men in the country, though now it is only home to insects, birds and bats, and horrible memories. Oh, and the occasional urban explorer. On a certain day, in no certain year, a young lady decided to cut a hole in the chain link fence surrounding the prison and break her way into the ancient structure. To many, the sight of empty hallways, rooms, and cells may not mean much, but to this young lady, this sight was an escape. Accompanied only by her video camera, she made her way through the labyrinthine walls and stairwells of the old prison, but not with the confidence she told herself she had. While she certainly got used to the sound of dirt crunching under her steps, she was occasionally startled by the sound of a cricket, the buzzing of a bug, or the sudden liftoff of a bird she had not previously noticed. She got used to the sounds of anything and everything that squeaked, creaked, or slid, But there was one thing she couldn't quite identify: the sound of water dropping. She could identify the sound, but she didn't know where it was coming from or what was causing it. She spent hours searching for the dripping, but quickly found only exhaustion. The sound of the building settling in its foundation, which sounded almost like a wail, is what told her she needed to make her way out, for night was coming. As she was nearing the entrance she took to enter the prison, she heard the dripping sound getting louder and louder. Soon she found herself standing outside a shower, which was enclosed behind a door which read, "Intake." Trembling with excitement, she slowly pushed the door open to find the source of the sound which had haunted her for most of the day. What she found would haunt her for the rest of her life. Hanging by the neck from an old light fixture on the ceiling was the very dead body of a man whose feet had been cut off. The sound of the building settling was no longer the only wailing coming from that prison on that certain night. And that worked out pretty well, I think. Let's in a small city called Duran, somewhere in South Texas, lies an old abandoned prison. This prison was once home to some of the most dangerous men in the country. There we go. Though now it is only home to insects, birds and bats. Hey, Dad! And stairwells of the old prison. Oh, crap. I'm gonna try all this again. I really should have cut in between the two bits. Oh, boy.